are currently live. Now, to be honest, not actually at my Xbox right now. I am getting something to drink as I do before every stream. Don't know why I actually do it before I start the stream, but whatever, it's all good. We're here, we're getting ready to do the off season to season number 8. Um, you guys can hear me as well, alright, nice. Actually, let's pause my music first, make sure that's not what I was hearing. Oh yeah, we're good. Alright, yeah, okay. We are good, boys. So, hello guys. It is Misty again for another video today. And we're streaming once again. Now, yeah, no Fortnite video today, yeah. I did want to do one. I think I'm still going to. Just don't think it's going to be uploaded today. I'm trying to find some funny clips, or just, well, not necessarily funny clips, but just highlights of my day 1 of, Season 5, so I guess that's what my first Fortnite video is going to be, and obviously you guys can let me know how you feel about that. Now, I'm not done, obviously. I would have uploaded it by now, but yeah, we'll get to it soon enough. Now, back to NHL, of course. Let's get into this. So, we are at the NHL entry draft, the 2025 NHL entry draft. Almost at year number 10. We are considered champion status. Ronnie Thomas must have gone up. Let's go and look. Progress reports. Let's see. Victor Hedman. Now, I'm hyped, but I don't think I can get too hyped because I believe he is actually an 82, but yeah, natural growth overall. So I believe he is currently an 82, but I believe he's playing like an 89, and he should stay that way, I think, for the entire offseason, and I think he may be that overall at the start of the next season. He's still 23, which means he can grow. Okay, wow. That caught me off guard, that's for sure. Whew, alright, wow. So, is there anybody who has actually grown? Hedman, obviously not. Jaspers, he's playing like a 92 right now, which is nice. Merkley also playing like a 92. Duran playing like a 91. I cannot believe that. Thomas is playing like an 89. Foot is playing like an 88, so he's actually only an 86, which surprises me. Nemesnikov is playing like an 87. Sorelli stuck at an 85. D'Angelo 84. We're actually going to look at natural growth right now. So, but, wow. Brett Howden's an 83. So he's clearly going to be coming back to the NHL by the looks of things. Is there anybody that's actually, or who has actually grown? Like, it doesn't look like it. Which is very interesting. What about in the AHL? Has to be someone in the AHL who has grown, right? There we go. Fast, even fast. I would assume so. That makes sense because he had a wicked season. I can't see his stats. Can I? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, 46 points this season. New career high for him down in the AHL. But to be honest, he looks to be the only player that has grown. No, never mind. Nathaniel Krstanovich has grown as well. Spike Valesi has grown. Robinson Gertson has grown. Rocky Nash has grown. That's nice to see. Boris Kuhlman has grown 6 overall, and he's a medium 7th. That's interesting. Marcus Lack grew a couple of overall. Shannon Cato grew a couple overall as well. And Marcel St. Louis, also Timothy Robbins, also Toby Hickett's. He grew 6 overall. Wow, okay. Yuri Kavanagh as well. Wow. Preston McKay, that elite goaltender, grew. What is that? 9, 7-2. Yeah, 9 overall. So, now what I'm hoping for in this draft is to get another elite player that I can use to make a trade for Kucherov. That's the plan. We shall see if that works out. Sam Acton. was the last player down on the board there. So we almost have a full team of 60 plus overall, which is nice to see. But obviously we aren't going to have a very good pick. We should probably be around the 26 area, I would say, which obviously isn't going to grant us a great pick, but it could land us a good first round steal. So top 5, we have 2 right wings, 2 defensemen, and a center. We have Jonas Darling. He doesn't look too bad. Then we've got Cam Horkoff. He looks pretty good. Then we've got Barry Bell. He also looks pretty good as well. Nick Menard. I think he may go first because he's got a really high greens. And Trevor Mealy, I think is how you pronounce that. We don't really have any information about him. Now, just scrolling down, we do have 2 goalies projected in the first round, which means likely one of them would be medium elite. Now, let's scroll down. We also have another one in David Bales, who was 19. I'm just curious to see. We have a couple of high goalies in the first few rounds. Is there any exact elites for later rounds? There's a high elite or projected high elite goaltender for the 3rd and 4th round, but apart from that, it doesn't look too very good. It doesn't look too good. So I guess we'll just hop right into the sim. So, or not the sim, sorry, the draft, I should say. So yeah, my prediction is around the 26th overall selection for us. Let's head over and see. It's going to be a later pick. I know that. Hey, 25, so that was pretty close. And not a bad guess, I guess. Yep, sure. All right, so we obviously aren't going to make any trades. Let's sim to our pick, and we'll see who went first. I just saw Medium Elite got drafted right before, so Menard did go first, which I was correct about. Nice. So Winnipeg getting another sniper. I don't think they really need that, but okay. He's pretty good. Trevor Mealy, an offensive defenseman. He's pretty good. I would love to have been able to draft him. We've got Horkoff and Bell and Darling, who are all low 70s. Or low to mid 70s, I guess you could say. We've got some high 60s, but they aren't elites. And it starts to drop off pretty rough, although the potentials don't seem to be that bad, but there's a medium top 9. Bales was a medium starter. Jocelyn was a high starter, so Jocelyn was probably the goalie I was going to go for just because he was 17, and obviously he's off the board now, so that's not going to matter. But high starter would have given us a lot of potential to have made that Kucherov trade go through. There's Andronov, who is a medium elite, and then we have Toms, who's also a medium elite. Wow. All right, Tyler Toms, Canadian? No, Swiss. Interesting. So now we've got our selection, 25th overall. Let's make it count. All right, boys, so we've got Rick Bruin. You know, yeah, we're going to pin him because often 20-year-olds in the first round are pretty damn good. So Bucieres, I don't think I'm going to go for. Pascal Boisclair, don't know how you say that. Michelle Theodore, Marty Rawlings, Lou Lowe. His stats don't look very good. Ernest Campoli, Akeem Germain. Man, dude, Germans that are projected to go in the first round are often pretty good. That is very tempting. We'll scout him, I guess. Or not scout him, we'll pin him, sorry. Vincent Gauthier. Terry McCollum. I'm obviously not going to go for him just for the fact that he's a fringe starter. Matsumoto? Sure. Alright, guys. So we've got 5 pinned players, all 20 years old. And I don't know who to go for. Well, I think we could just throw Leeson out just because he's a second rounder. But then we have the other ones are first to second round selection. So Rick Bruin, I know absolutely nothing about. Draft someone from the queue, a 5'11" two-way defenseman. Then next we have 20 seconds on the clock, real quick. Pekka Jalonen, a center. May not be bad. Pascal Boisclair, he does have some pretty interesting exact stats. I'm going to have to call a timeout here because I don't know what I'm going to do right yet. So let's just make that timeout an official call, and then we'll look through this again. So let's just unpin Leeson, just so he doesn't show up again. And so we've got Bruin, Yolonen, Boisclair, and then Germain, who I just know absolutely nothing about. 6'4" center, 6'1" offensive defenseman. He's a right-handed defenseman, which would not be bad. Yolonen, center playmaker. Playmaker wouldn't be bad. What is Germain? He's also a playmaker. I always go for Germans, which leads me to think to not go for the German, but then I feel like Rick Bruin is really good. So you know what? I'm going to go with my gut feeling. I feel like Rick Bruin is the best option here, so we're going to go for him. We're going to look at Yolonen, Boisclair, and Germain to see how good they are, but Rick Bruin is our first selection, and to be honest, that is a good one. He is wicked defensively. He's got a very good physical category, and he's fast. So definitely not an offensive defenseman. I totally thought he was going to be, being a 5'11", under 200-pound defenseman, but no. So I guess I can't really go wrong with that. That's really good. All right, now medium top 4, 76 is good. Like I said, Campoli, who I just completely didn't even acknowledge, was medium elite. So, you know what? That kind of sucks because Bruin won't have a lot of trade value, unfortunately, as where Campoli, he will, obviously, medium elite. And Campoli would have helped us out to make that trade. So, Yolonen was not very good. I'm glad I did not go for him. 64-20 is not great. Rawlings as well, I skipped over. I did look at him, but another medium elite. Not looking too good. Boisclair was not good either. Bucieres, who I just wasn't even... Oh, I just went to the third round. Who I just wasn't even acknowledging. Sorry, I tried going back to the first round. Here we go. Okay, I didn't even see that guy. Oh, yes, I did. It's Michel Theodore. He is 19, and he is an 80 overall out of the draft. Well, that sucks. NHL ready. He's really good defensively. He's got some good offensive stats as well. He's very fast. He's got a good shot for a defenseman. Good senses. Good awareness offensively and defensively. Plus he's 19. That sucks. That one sucks. All right. Well, let's sim to our pick, and again, we're gonna hope to find an elite player here. Germain was not too bad. So going for the German, I guess, was the second best option for players I wanted to, or I was looking at, I should say. So not bad. Low elite Cambeats, Chris Cambeats, don't know. Stajan is a medium starter. All right, not a lot of great picks in the second round, so hopefully we can change that with our selection. My throat is dry. While I look through these, I'm going to take a drink. So the only player we actually have left in the second round is J.C. Bodie. He's 6'5". Wow. Lapine Ranta. Did not know that was a team. Yurki Varakis. Jurgen Albrecht, he does not look very good. I mean, I know he was in the exact top 9. It just, in general, he just did not look good. Carl Anderson, Blake Turnbull. Okay, so I'm thinking Bodie right now, maybe Halak. And like I said, no exact elites, which is unfortunate, most definitely. So let's head up or back to projected. So We could go power forward and JC Bodie. I think he would, apart from Hedman, would be the biggest player on our team, but probably by the time he's ready, Hedman may not even be on the team. But bringing in another left wing power forward, I feel like we don't need that. So I think we may hold off on Bodie. Defensive defenseman in Vaclav Halak. It's an option. Sergei Samsonov, also a defensive defenseman. How old is he? 18. Was Halak 18? Yes, he was. And then we've got this Norton goalie. And I just have a good feeling about him. I really do. I feel like he's at least a medium starter. We're going to try it. Just going with my gut again. All right, so medium starter, that's value. That's value. Whether he will be good or not, I do not know. Now let's go back to see who we missed out on. Did we make the wrong selection there? Let's see. Samsonov was not good. Glad we didn't go for him. Halak, also not good. Bodie, also not good. Varakis, also not good. Albrecht, obviously we knew he wasn't good, or he wasn't going to be good. Clem, who I did not see. Jesus Clem, a left-wing enforcer, 244 pounds. That's like the heaviest I've ever seen someone, which is crazy. Medium top 6, 19 years old. He's not too bad. Peltonen, medium top 6. Who was the guy I was looking at? Bodie. It was Bodie. Did I just miss him? Or has he just not been drafted? I'm so confused. I must have missed him. I was gonna say, there's no way he hasn't been drafted yet. Let's go back here to the second round, and we'll see. I must have just missed him, right? Bodie. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I literally said his name. I don't know why I missed that one. That was weird. Yeah, okay, whatever. Moving on. We're just going to forget about that little hiccup I had there. I feel like going for a left-handed defenseman is not a bad option now, since we did get a right-handed defenseman, and we've got a goalie so far in this draft, which means I don't really want to go for another one, at least not right now. Gabriel Yandel, so we've got a couple of left-handed defensemen here. Gavin Reitz, Brendan Klimchuk. I don't really want a defensive defenseman. Vitaly Malakov, a two-way. Tyler Dice, don't know anything about him. Sean Yakubov, and he's American. I think that's wrong. Ray Scuderi. I don't know who to go for, guys. Rene Boissois does not have some bad stats for an 18-year-old. It's a potential. Per lack. What do I do, guys? Lindros? Nah. I'm thinking Carlos, who's a lefty. Bruce, who I'd rather not go after, plays. Well, okay, that's fine. We can just completely get rid of Bruce because he's a right-handed defenseman, and he is a 7th. Well, for sure. Whereas for Gabriel Yandel, we don't know. Klimchuk, I also don't know, but there's 2 defensive defensemen there. And then there's Carlos. We're gonna go for Carlos. Let's see. Is he any good? No. Nice. This draft does not look very good, to be honest with you guys. So let's head back to the third round, see who we missed out on. Reitz wasn't good. Klimchuk wasn't good. Eskalainen was a starter. Yandel wasn't good. So I guess any defenseman I had gone for there would have really not have mattered. Well, we have a Kieran and then a Kearns going back to back. There's that Yakubov kid. Man, just this draft is not good. Malakov was a low top 4, who I did look at. Genuinely, I did look at him in my head. McIntosh. Sean McIntosh, defensive defenseman, lefty. That would have been nice, 67 at 20. Alright, well, this fourth round doesn't look awful like the third round did, so let's see who we can pick up here. We've got Patrick Strachan, an offensive defenseman, He's a righty this time. And we've got defensive defenseman Orlando Sigalet, who is a right-handed defenseman. So we get an offensive or defensive to pick from right there. Then Michael Vanek tried going down. Kurt Shen, another defensive defenseman. Esa Kwokinen, another defensive defenseman. Ernest Hewitt, I think. I would assume that's how you pronounce it. Vyacheslav Vishnevsky, Mark Talinder, Marvin Skinner, Magnus Johansson, Luke Oshie, a 19-year-old goalie. That is the Austrian flag, I believe, right? I think so. Who do I go for? Like, I'm thinking between Strachan or Sigalet. Just because, why not? Well, you know what? Said I don't want to go for a defensive defenseman. We're going to go for a defensive defenseman just because he's probably not too bad. I was going to say he's probably not too bad, which, I mean, he isn't awful. It's also not great. So Orlando Sigalet, not the greatest selection, unfortunately. But that's okay. We'll see what we can do after that, or after with this next pick in the 5th round. Let's go back to the 4th and we'll see who we missed out on. Did we miss out on a game changer for us? Strachan, arguably worse. So that's interesting. Hewitt, Shen, arguably better. Interesting. Vanek, probably the best prospect there by the looks of things. Oshie was not good, so I'm glad we didn't go for him. Vishnevsky wasn't too bad. Skinner was not good. Johansson was not good. I've never seen either of those last names before. Frouts or Froats? Froats? Sure. And Typeless. Interesting. Jokinen, Reki, Terrio, Agostini, Caldwell, Kuznetsov, Kavanaugh, Koltsov. Alright, let's see who we can pick up here in the 5th round. We need an elite prospect here, guys. Ronald Ford, a left-wing grinder. I really don't want to go. I don't want to look at any other defensemen because we've drafted, I believe, 3 in the first 4 rounds. So, is that true, or did we draft 2? I think we drafted 2, but either way, I do want to draft a forward now. So, Emmanuel Chevrier, and then we've got Ford as well, as of right now. Phillips is a exact bottom 6, which is not interesting to me. Rodney Potter, that's a defenseman. There's not a lot of forwards right now. Kevin Tangrade. Okay, so let's see. We've got All-Americans. No, Chevrier's a Canadian. Ford, no league interest grinder. And then we had Potter. You know what? No league interest grinders that are 20 years old can be good. Ronald Ford's actually 19, so not screw it. We're still going to go for it. Ronald Ford, welcome to Tampa, and that was not a good selection. Colin White, no thank you. It's not the goal of this series. Obviously, we can make trades. It's not really supposed to be happening, but I can. To be fair, I can. Let's see. Looking like we really didn't miss out on anything at the end of the 5th round. How about the 6th round? Lolit and Cooper and Chang. Sure. Cabby Woolen and Tangrady and Clements were all medium top 9, so those weren't bad. Interesting. Lapierre, also medium top 6. A medium top 6 would, to be fair, be lovely at this stage of the game, just because our draft has not been good apart from our first round selection. Vitaly Zykov is a sick name, and he's 20 years old. I want that player. Thomas Christensen, Stu Straight, Seth Harrington. 78 agility isn't bad, but that's the only exact stat we know. Stefan Darsh, Stefan Coulomb, Raymond Myers, not good offensive awareness, good skating, by the looks of things. Lou Hivara, Par Lindholm, bring Par Lindholm back into the NHL. I'm going to go for Vitaly Zykov, because that is a sick name. Medium top 964, you know what, that's not even too bad. So, sure, why not, I guess. I'm okay with that. Let's head back and see what we missed out on. If anything, I'm going to take a drink while we look at this really quickly. Looking like we didn't miss out on anything at the end of the 6th round. We missed out on an elite grinder here. Darsh was actually a high backup, so I guess that wouldn't have been too bad. Don't know how much value that is, though, to be honest with you. Grigorenko, a low elite. Interesting. Really not looking like much here. Now, really quickly, I don't want to do that. That's not where I meant to go. I wanted to go to offer trade. I don't know why I went to view draft class, to be honest. My brain was just not in the right place right there. So, I want to see it. I want to try it, guys. Let's head on over to San Jose. Please just put Kucherov on the block, because you guys are a bad team. Damn it. Why? Man, trading for a franchise potential goal, or franchise potential player, not just a franchise potential goalie, a franchise potential player is insane. Bruin really is good. It will hopefully be good for us. I'm not going to trade him away. I'm not going to do that. At least not yet. But who do we have to look at? I believe it was... We decided on Cullimore, yeah. Although Hentonen, I mean. Olli Hentonen, he had 32 points in the regular season, where Cullimore had 26. Cullimore also had a worse postseason. We're going to go for Cullimore. And like I'm telling you, I feel like there's no way of me getting this through unless I give up someone like Foote, Hedman, Drouin, Merkley, Jaspers, which I don't want to give up on any of those 5. Nemesnikov is an option. I really don't want to, though. He's got 2 years left, and as for Cirelli, I just extended him. So I also don't really want to do that. Let's go to goalies. Ronnie Thomas has so much value. Man, please stay at an 89 overall. If we stay at an 89 overall, I would be okay with not getting Nikita Kucherov, because this sure as hell isn't going to go through. And even with our first-round draft pick this next season, which I do not want to give up, especially since we're listed as champions, this is just also not going to go through, just because we did not get an elite or a medium elite prospect from that draft. Even adding our next 2 first-rounders also does not make that go through, which means we would have to give up someone like Nemesnikov, which, to be fair, we could. We're also giving up on a roster player in Cullimore. Like, I don't think that would go through. Exactly, that wouldn't go through. Really quickly, let's, no, I don't have time. I'm going to have to call a timeout first. Exit this really quickly. Let's call a timeout, and I'll try that again, but we'll add in our first next season, and like I said, guys, I don't see it going through, which is awful. So, Nemesnikov, and we've got Cullimore. Let's go to our goaltenders. We'll add in McKay and Norton, because those are our 2 most valuable goalies that we do not have signed. We'll add our first as well, and then we'll head all the way over to San Jose. We'll take off Nikita Kucherov to see if we can trade for him. The value is so much on our side. You've done all right meeting our block needs, but the value you are sending our way isn't sufficient at all. Maybe if we weren't listed as a champions right now, if we were listed as something else, such as even a contender or a hopeful, we may have even had or we may have had a more valuable first rounder where we could have made this go through. But it's not going to work. What has the least value here? It's either our first, Norton, or Cullimore. And, well, I think keeping Cullimore in here isn't a bad option. Let's see. Let's put Cullimore back in. But, like, players that have more value is Alavara, who I'd really rather not give up. And he's got 3 years on his entry level right now. As for a defense, let's look. Let's look at our defensemen. What will be our top 6 this next season? So we'll have Hedman, Merkley, Foote, D'Angelo, Woolley, Chipchura, and Stillman, or Fair. Which means realistically, I could get rid of a defenseman, but that would make our team a lot weaker. Say we were to add in Anthony D'Angelo to this. Why couldn't I add him in there? That was weird. Anthony D'Angelo. That is more value on our side. They also do want D'Angelo. Would that go through? You've met our block needs well enough, but the value you have on the table is too far off. Which means we'd have to get rid of Norton and add something more valuable than that as well. Which, again, will not work. Yeesh. I don't think we have anything more valuable that I would be willing to give up. Like, I'm not getting rid of Jaspers, Merkley, Drouin, Hedman, or Foote. Even though Foote is actually an 86, I don't want to give up on Cal Foote. He has been a tremendous defenseman for us. He has been, especially the past 3 seasons. And by the looks of it, he may just get better. Point total, at least. Anthony Cirelli would be the next one up, which I also do not really want to try and trade. Or Juha Alavara. Gustafsson, I mean, he could push for an NHL spot, but that's not enough value. You know what? Screw it. Let's try it. Gustafsson, will that go through? Yeah, I feel that you met our block needs quite admirably, but the value is just a bit too low, which means we are extremely close to this. And I feel if we were to add in Anthony Cirelli in this, it means it could go through. But is this trade really worth Nikita Kucherov? They'd be over the max cap, which means I could cheese the game and retain some cap on Cirelli, because I believe that would only work for this contract that he is on. I think that would go through, but we'd be losing one of our top 4 defensemen and 2 guys we had on our top line this past season. So then what would the lineups look like? Let's sort it by overall. So we have Jaspers with someone and Kucherov. And our second line will have Olivaro with Drouin and Hentonen, or Cullimore probably. Our third line would be Howden with Hentonen or Cullimore, whoever else is not on that line. Palat will be on his way out. Then Matthew Joseph would be on that third line. Fourth line of Tune-like, Godard. And we have Radish, Gianta, Leonov, Kosarenkov, Fast, Sabinajad, Lipanov, Wolf, Gru, Modine. Gustafsson could push for an NHL spot. Gertson and maybe even Gertson and Nash. Is it worth? Is it worth, guys? Is it worth? That is the question. I mean, it's Nikita Kucherov. I really don't see a problem in this. 40 goals the past 2 seasons. Will that go through? It will. All right. So we just made a trade. We made our first trade. I'm not gonna get the timeout. Oh, I just got the timeout off. I am absolutely struck right now. We just made a trade for Nikita Kucherov. I did not think we'd actually be able to do it, and the fact that we did is amazing. And I am very happy with myself. We are going for Par Lindholm right now. He's not even that bad. All right. So we now don't have a first rounder for next season, and we just got Nikita Kucherov on our team, which is crazy. And I am so tempted to then try and bring either Nemesnikov or Cirelli back, which could happen. Don't get me wrong, but I think I might wait till the start of the season to try and do that, because at that point they then won't be the same overall, more than likely, or they won't be the same overall that they are right now. Wow. I cannot believe I actually just did that. I am genuinely struck in so many ways right now. Whew, Brett Howden. Welcome back to the team, my guy. Played in the AHL last season. You will most definitely be back up in the NHL. Since we have cap space, we'll give you some money. We'll do 3 years for the next 3.5. Olli Hentunen, we will also offer you a contract. We'll give you the same contract, 3 years at 3.5. Sure. Andre Palat, you will be released. You will be released. Yeah, I'm doing it. He's going to be released, my guys. My guy. Oleg will be a 3-year, or a 3x3, I'd say. Sure, why not? Lawrence Like, he will be he only wants a 1-year deal, so you know what, we'll give him a 1-year deal, but we'll raise it to $2.2 million. Alright, not bad. I believe it's Louis Giunta. He wants a 1-year deal as well. We'll give him $1.3 million for this next season. Vitaly Leonov, one of the best AHL players in this league. I'm going to lock him up for 2 years, $1.1 million. I am perfectly okay with that. Kozarenkov does not want to come back to the team, which, I mean, we'll offer him a contract. We'll give him 1.2. If he says no, then we'll just release him. Taylor Radish, I'm going to release Taylor Radish, guys. Connor Ingram. Is he our best backup? Like, is he truly our best option for a backup right now? Because I truly do not know. Let's see. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. I just got a weird notification. I didn't know what I was doing. Rodri could be our backup. So Connor Ingram could be on his way out, which then means I could have Cato and Antonio in the AHL. That is most definitely a possibility. He is listed as a backup. He didn't have a good regular season this past season. He did great in the playoffs for the 2 games he did play. You know what? Let's compare stats really quickly. Ooh. Rodriguez also listed as a backup, but he is a backup, or he's an 80 right now because of statistical growth, which means he's not normally an 80, which means I think he was a 79. He's also right-handed, which I did not know. You know what? Just for that reason, we're going with Rodrigue, because there's not a lot of right-handed defensemen. Could I have used Norton instead of my first rounder? Probably. Probably would have been a better option too. Didn't really think about that, but you know what? We could just use Norton to get Cirelli or Nemesnikov back, because why the hell not? Let's finish this. What am I doing? Let's see. We've got who do we have to re-sign right now? Wolf, yes, I would like to re-sign you. We'll give him exactly what he wants. Chip Chura, yes, you could be on your way to the NHL this season, my guy. We're give him 1.1 for one season. He hasn't played in the NHL yet, and he is already looking for money as a sixth. We will release Volkov, which, surprising, we did draft him from the fantasy draft, of course. Spike Valesi, you can come back. 2 years, we'll give him what he wants. Bruin, was he Canadian or was he American? He is Canadian, which means we realistically don't have to sign him, and for that reason, I'm not going to. Mitchell Stevens is also gone. No one seems disappointed about that, so that's nice. Chris Bodie, you know what? I think we've got quite the defensive core. I don't think we need you anymore. Thank you very much, but you will also be on your way out. Was that Marty? Marcus Lack. Why am I going by skaters? Let's go by forwards. We've got so many players, man. Holy frig. You know what? Lack and St. Louis. I think I'm just gonna release both of them. We can give opportunities to new players and recent draftees like Hickett's, Kavanaugh, Acton, Ford, Zykov, Lindholm. I guess it doesn't really matter. So we're going to release both of them. And, yeah, defensively, let's see. So, yeah, Bruin, I'll keep him unsigned for now. Robbins. Actually, it doesn't look like we have very many defensemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we could release Robbins. Kind of want to put Sigalet in there. Well, I don't know. You know what? Either way, we're going to release Robbins. So, alright guys, I guess that is it. We offered contracts to everybody I wanted to offer a contract to. We'll see where we are at, I guess, then. Let's advance a day, and we'll see who's coming to the team. Howden accepted. Kosarenkov rejected. That's fine with me. He can go to free agency. I'm just going to scroll through this. I'll try and stop if someone rejects. No one rejected. Well, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? Good job, guys. Well, that is nice to see. The fact that everyone, or essentially everyone, is coming back to the team. So, let's just go and make sure, because that wouldn't be a bad option, I bet. I cannot believe we traded for Nikita Kucherov. So yeah, Kosarenkov not coming back. It's fine with me. Bruin will keep unsigned for now. Hickett's, all these players will keep unsigned for now as well until we get to the actual start of the season. Then I think I'll make some changes. So let's send him to free agency, and we'll see what's up in free agency. Obviously, it's not going to matter for us, but let's just look anyways. Sorry, I needed to take another drink. Add a trade block. Who's on the trade block that needs to be taken off? Nash, Gertson, and definitely Gustafsson. All right, guys. So we have Nikita Kucherov. I still quite, to be honest, I just can't believe it. I really can't. Wow. Holy, what a free agency. Patrick Kane, Patrick Laine, Clayton Keller, Rasmus Ristolainen, Alex Galchenyuk, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Logan Brown. Jesus. Some teams are going to change. Now, obviously, just like every other season or every other free agency period, I do quickly just want to go through. Did I see Tampa there? No, it must have been Toronto I saw. I do want to scroll through just to see if we can find a Tampa Bay forward. There's Palat. I mean, I could bring him back for the AHL, but I'm going to give ice time to new players in the AHL. Obviously, with the new AHL team, I don't think our AHL team will be as good as normal, which is perfectly fine with me. Taylor Radish, I'm almost tempted to bring him back just to be a sniper in the AHL, but we have Vitaly Leonov for that, so we really don't need that. Like, everybody that we should see should be players that we have already released. Adam Ernie, don't want back. That's fine. He can stay in free agency or get signed by someone else. Boris Kachuk as well. Don't want back. Who was that? Slater Quack Quack. How's he done the past couple of seasons? He had 18 points in the AHL last season. So plus 29. He had 73 penalty minutes, which I do not want. He's got 85 discipline. How? I don't know. That's weird. But yeah, skaters just, I'm assuming, absolutely no one. Let's go look at goalies, though. Again, there probably isn't going to be anyone. Mrazek's an 86. So was Soderstrom. Wow. How good was Leonard? 83. Not good. Let's just quickly, Tampa Bay, let's see who's there. Someone was there, Connor Ingram. Yeah, I'm assuming he'll get picked up. Most definitely a possibility. Alright, well, definitely nobody. Oh, actually, before we finish that, nobody good there. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. I wanted to see who was here. Tony Julkinen, really good low elite center. Albert Pentzek. Interesting name. Junior Crowder, Stefan Fleury, 57, 20 years old. He is not good. Let's see, anybody else down here? 20-year-olds, Lidstrom and Oduya and Ondrachuk. Those ones aren't too bad. Billick as well. Cambeats. Was that the Cambeats I saw? No, I don't think so. What about defensemen? Let's scroll down. I'm just going to hold it down. Defenseman. Best one is Tikkanen by the looks of things. Maybe Porter. What about medium top 6 and medium top 9? Not looking like anybody too good there. 20-year-old, 69, Grantham. He wasn't too bad. Sjostrom, 65 and 19, also not too bad. You know what, we're just going to stop there. So, I'm going to sim a little bit just to see where some players went. So, let's just sim a little bit here. It's not going to be long. Rodrigue and Spurgeon for Bruin. No, thank you. Yeah, just no. Again, just no. I'm not making another trade. Not right now, at least. Alright, that should be good enough. So, let's stop the sim, and I just want to see if Connor Ingram got signed, or see if any of the other players we released got signed as well. July 23rd, we should have news by everyone for at least at this point. So, signings, yeah. Oh, Jesus. I'm just going to look for someone that we have used in this series, and we'll see if we can find them. Let's see. Patrick Laine went to Vegas. Ristolainen went to Dallas. Keller went to St. Louis. Soderstrom back to the Islanders. Nice. Bjorkstrand also to the Islanders. Galchenyuk went to the Caps. Kane went to Carolina. Malkin went to Winnipeg. Logan Brown, the best third-line center in the league, went to New Jersey. Ryan Ellis went to L.A. I believe Ryan Ellis was the best goalie, not the best goalie, the best defenseman in free agency, which is kind of depressing. Connor Ingram is going to Dallas alongside, who was it? Was it Ristolainen? No, not there. Yeah, alongside Ristolainen, both on 2-year deals. Interesting. So, Ingram, hopefully we don't see him in the playoffs. That would be nice. We could have, if we hadn't made it to the final, we could have. Wait, was it Dallas? No, it was Arizona, wasn't it? I think it was Arizona versus Dallas in the conference final, though. I don't remember. You guys would have to let me know on that one. Anybody else of ours got signed? Not by the looks of it. Taylor Radish went to Pittsburgh, all right. Andre Palat went to St. Louis. Max Pacioretty to Vancouver. Max Jones to Ottawa. There's just not a lot of people, by the looks of things, that was signed that we had. I could have missed some, but at this point, I'm not gonna look through it anymore. Maybe once we get to the season, we can look at who was there and who's not. I did edit this, right? Yep. All right. Frig, this is gonna take forever, just because of how many trade offers I'm gonna get. I'm assuming. Travis Sanheim, no thank you. Drake Julin, no. Man, I hate this so much sometimes. I hate just getting repeated trade offers, and it's normally from the same, usually like at this part in the season, you're getting trade offers from a handful of teams, and they're always asking for one or two players and a draft pick in exchange for the same player every single time. But once in a while, like say it's Galchenyuk for Bruin and a second, they'll keep Galchenyuk there, but they'll then change Bruin to Gustafsson and a second. Like it's stupid. I don't get it. Yuri Saprikin? Okay, so we actually don't have enough players on our team. So what was that? I believe it was Saprikin and Mayorov. Saprikin, Mayorov. I just want to write that down just so I wouldn't forget them, but I believe they won't actually play for us anyways. So, captaincy, I believe not going to change. Yeah, we're going to keep it the same for now. As Hedman declines, he will probably be captain until, Kucherov, though. Maybe Drouin does not stick with the assistant captain. That's such a good top line, but I want a playmaker center because Drouin's a sniper, and I don't need Drouin to snipe when I have Kucherov to snipe. You know, our team looks really good. Alavara, he's listed as a third liner, but he's an 86 right now, which is tremendous. Don't get me wrong. What do I do? What do I do? Is that what I want? Honestly, I don't think that would be a good second line. A good defensive second line, but I don't think that second line would put up very many points. I like a good playmaker there. Matthew Joseph, really, so I guess we'll just put him back up there. Hentonen. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, guys. Oh, man. It's a big hole without D'Angelo there. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. At least we have 3 lefts and 3 rights now. And they're all on their respective sides. Chip Chura, can you put up points? He's got good passing and puck control. He has put up points before in the AHL, so maybe him and Stillman could put up points together because Stillman tends to put up a decent amount of points in the NHL. As for Woolley with Foot, I don't think that's going to work very well. Just because Woolley obviously doesn't put up points in general. Foot can put up points, though, so maybe Foot could help Woolley get some more points there. And Hedman has declined in overall again. So last season he declined from a 95 to a 94 at the start of the season. And this season he's from a 94 to a 93. So he is also 34, I mean. Yeah. We haven't gotten a Norris yet in the series, unfortunately, and it's not looking too good for that to happen. Now, goalies, is he still an 89? He is still an 89. He is listed as an elite goalie, and none of his stats are boosted up by greens, which means I think he is a natural 89 goalie, and that's what we needed from Ronnie Thomas. So we now have a true number 1 goaltender, and that is amazing. Oliver Rodrigo obviously will be our backup goaltender. Now, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do yet because I don't know if this is going to be our final team. And I do kind of want to see if I can get Nemesnikov, Sorelli, or D'Angelo back on this team. So let's go to San Jose. And let's see what's up over there in San Jose. Let's see. Nemesnikov is listed as an 86. He's on the last year of his deal, though. I do know that. Right? Yeah. So he even could go to free agency, and we could bring him back next season. Now, Sorelli was who I was thinking to try and bring back to have as our first-line center. And then have Drouin as our second-line center. Obviously, we just gave him that extension as well. But that would mean, wow, Rick Bruin is already a 78. Is he a top 6? No, he's listed as a minor top 2. Okay. Who do I want? Goalies, yeah, that's who I wanted. Norton, yes. Alright, so let's add Norton. That's obviously not enough. I don't want to give up a draft pick. I would not be okay with that. Which means what? Which means we'd have to give up on, like, Bruin, which, again, I don't want to do. I just drafted Zykov, I just drafted Sigalet, just drafted Lindholm. I didn't just draft Toby Hicketts. We could add him. Obviously, that's not going to make it go through. Glue. Wow, he's very good defensively. He could actually make the team. He is listed as a fourth liner as well, so I mean, extremely good skating category, a good shooting category, very, very good defensively. We'll add him into it, just see, maybe that could help it, like, Bear Fair. I don't really want to give up on. He's a great AHL defenseman, and by the looks of things, he won't ever actually make the NHL lineup, which also kind of sucks. Tyson Harkins we could add in there. They'd have too many players. Oh, Jesus. I'd actually have to take back 3 players, which I can't do, unless it's D'Angelo and Mesnikov. You know what, then? I don't want to give up on draft picks. And as for unsigned prospects that we got, I mean, it would literally just have to be the players we essentially just drafted. And I don't really want to do that. Well, Lindholm, let's see. He is obviously 6'7", 20 years old, top 9. Zykov, 66, 20 years old, top 9. And Sigalet. You know what? The defensive defenseman, he can stay in it, so that means. And Hicketts can stay in it just because we drafted him 2 years ago. Zykov looks to be the better defensive forward. They both look to be good defensive forwards. I mean, better defensive one is Zykov, so you know what? Oh, sorry, no, let's take Zykov out. Actually, let's just try that instead. Will that go through? Probably not. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Let's see. Yeah, Zykov. Wait, no. Not Zykov, sorry. Lindholm. Lindholm, oh, he's at the top. There we go. So let's add Lindholm. Will that then go through, please? Really? That won't go through. Which means I would have to give up on Zykov. I don't want to do that, though. Is that going to go through, though? Oh, that doesn't go through either, which means we'd have to give up on a draft pick. I'm not giving up on Rick Bruin. I don't want to do this, though. Or it would have, like, a second round, or even then. It's just not valuable at all. And I'm not giving up a first. I can't give up. If I give up on our first, we could keep those 3 prospects, though. Maybe. We couldn't even do that. Is it worth getting Surly back? I think so. Zykov. Who was there? Hicketts. Let's add Hicketts. Would that go through? I think it's close. Which means, who was the other one? That would be next, I'd say. Lindholm. So let's add Lindholm. That also doesn't go through. Are you kidding me, man? Sigalet then. Zykov is the one I want to keep, so. Are you joking me? Here. Oh, wait, no, that wouldn't work. Wow. Wait. I could give up on one player that's on our team. So let's look at an AHL player. Oh, Jesus. Stephen Fast is an 82. I need to put him on the team, man. I need to make some serious changes here. Actually, looking at his stats, it's really good skating, very good defensively, pretty good, no, just high offensive awareness, not pretty good senses. And he did what in the AHL? Yeah, 46 points. Doesn't have a good shot, doesn't have good puck skills. He's not the most physical either. You know what? Let's add Stephen Fast in it instead of our first. Now that wouldn't go through. Which let's try Lindholm, Hicketts, and Sigalet. Would that go through? Jesus. Lindholm does not have a lot of value. Take Lindholm out then. And let's add. Let's try our second again for next season. Will that make it go through? Please. Oh my god, why won't that go through? I'll take Sigalet out then. What do I do? 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 Literally all these three have the same value. Let's just look at this again. So I added someone in. Fast. The only other players we could give up on are players I don't really want to give up on, essentially. And, well, with more value than him, at least. It's just not going to happen then, clearly, guys. Does Sorelli have less or more value than D'Angelo? The same. Well, so I won't be bringing any of those three back then. Which is unfortunate, I'm not going to lie. Well, this should be interesting then. Maybe just we'll keep that top line together the way it is, and we'll see if it works. So, I'm going to end the stream here, guys. Let me know what you thought about that Kucherov trade. Yeah, I'm going to actually look in depth at some things to change this team. And it's going to be a different looking team in the next episode. So, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did all enjoy. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.